All right, let's
Ridiculous.
start.
All right, guys, we are live as we are speaking. Welcome back. It's been almost a month. We haven't had a chance to discuss some music up close and personal in a while, and we are going to take care of some reviews tonight and discussions of some live shows that we've been to, and it's just going to be an exciting evening. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Anthony, and I'm not frozen up for a change.
Hey, guys, like I said, we were joking. We actually, even though we tried to start this about 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago almost, we're actually ahead of schedule because normally, Anthony, we have problems till about 15 or 20 after, so we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, I was.
All right, guys. Yeah, I know, brother. I know. Sorry about that. All right, well, let's No, it's all right, man. It looks like everybody's got a good connection right now, and that's all that matters to me. Clarity and a decent video. I think it'll be fine for us. We'll cut to the chase. I know we've all been busy and we've all seen shows, listened to tons of music. Let's just go ahead. Anthony, why don't you talk about some stuff you've been listening to in the past, literally for the past month, because it's been about a month since we've done this. So you can throw out everything you've been jamming to, rocking out to, and give us some opinions, man.
Honestly, Jimmy, I don't have a lot right now in my head. I've been listening to all that Devil Driver stuff you gave me. It's been
Nice.
we can get into that a lot. Dragon Force's new album is pretty good. I listened to that a few times.
It's a good album, man. It's a great album.
That live album you gave me too is really good. The new singer with the old songs.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it?
And for some reason, I hate to admit this, but I got hooked on Glee with my wife recently.
If I could reach through this computer and smack you, I would knock you in the next month. Glee. I'm just kidding, dude. I was just kidding. Yeah, hey, dude. Everybody's got their taste. All right? I mean, we're going to discuss an album. It's not my normal forte for sure tonight. So I'm totally cool with that, man. Whatever works for you. Glee.
Well, Emily and I usually watch something over dinner every night, so we have a little mini date every night if the kids go to bed. And we found Glee together, and we decided to start watching it together.
Well,
How
kind of a nice
far
bonding
in
experience.
Glee, Anthony?
Almost done with the first season, about 3 episodes.
That's season 3 where they really start pushing the left-wing agendas on that show, as I recall. So.
God.
Yeah, it's already there.
That'll be perfect with it. Hope you enjoy that.
But on the manly side of things, football started this week, preseason.
Right.
So.
Pittsburgh looked good last night, apparently.
Right. Football did
Well,
start.
I saw
Some of Arsenal and Leicester there on Friday. So.
Yeah, you're right. That's the other football.
First game of the year. That was fantastic.
Except for Leicester losing, it was good.
Yeah.
You watched the Steelers game? Jimmy?
I watched highlights of it, brother. I was happened to be at a show last night while they were playing.
Because that quarterback, that's their new quarterback or the backup, whatever.
Are you talking about Dobbs from UT?
Yeah.
Who's the backup? It's not Dobbs, is that who
It is Dobbs.
Oh,
because Roethlisberger.
Dude, Dobbs is number 2 right now, from what I understand.
Yeah. Roethlisberger might be up and down in a year or two. So
I always liked Dobbs.
Dobbs.
Dobbs was a great leader on that team. He didn't have an arm for anything, but he was a good leader.
He seemed like a good kid.
Yeah, definitely. He's a good person. So he had talent. He was a good scrambler, but I don't know. Could have just been the system he was in too.
It'll be hard to step into Big Ben's shoes when he steps down, though. So,
I agree.
Big void to fill.
Dude, it's going to be an ugly departure for sure. I'll definitely miss him. Wow. Well, with it, I just hope. I'm hoping for the best this year.
Yeah, just want the steel curtain defense back. Is all
It'd be nice. It would be real nice.
All
for sure.
Anyway,
oh my gosh,
off subject, but.
Hey, dude, you're cool. Hey, dude, it's something that's going on. We're going to roll with it. It's totally cool. All right, so obviously some Dragon Force, some Devil Driver, and apparently you lost your mind watching TV. Chris, what you got going on?
Well, we both attended the same 2 concerts since the break.
True.
Night Ranger, which was fantastic. Those guys put on a great show.
My gosh.
And, of course, the Guns N' Roses from last night, and that was... Well, it was something.
Fantastic as well. You got to admit it, dude.
It was a little long-winded, if you will, with the guitar solos and so on.
See, that's the difference between me and you guys. I love guitar stuff, and Slash just ripping it up. I enjoyed every minute.
Slash, man, he did crush it. I mean,
I will say this, I had no idea he could play that good, to be honest.
I'm not sure how many 30-minute guitar solos I need to listen to in a concert, but there were at least 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he definitely took his time to play a couple of tunes. There's no denying it, man. It was great. I enjoyed it. I mean, I like I said, I was going to support the wife. Had she not wanted to go, I could have passed this one. You know what I mean? And I'm very glad I made that show. It actually, you know, I half joking with Crystal on the way home today. I was like, you know, I can't say nothing else. They put on an incredible show, and they brought
as many songs as they played, and I think they would have tacked on 3 more if there hadn't been like a noise ordinance.
It's a curfew. It's the 11:30 curfew in Winston-Salem. So
they ended right at 11:30. So that it tells me okay.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. What do we get? Like 27 songs? Jesus.
Yeah. 27 songs. Crazy.
We got 8.
I'm surprised Axel could remember 27 songs.
Well, there's a trick to that, but we got 8 out of 12 off the album for Appetite Destruction.
What's the trick?
That makes sense.
There's a trick to that.
The trick is he has a teleprompter up there at the front of the stage.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Well, my God, mighty guys. We're talking about a man that's 55 years old.
I don't mean that in an insulting way. That makes sense.
Well, and don't get me wrong. He ran around the stage like a man. I'm telling you right now, I have no idea. Yo.
Hey, Jimmy, I got 2 words for you.
What's that?
Bruce Dickinson.
Dude, he don't have no teleprompter.
I'm telling you, that guy is probably as old as Axel. And he looks like he's 20 years old.
Hey,
looks like he's 20 years old on the stage.
Anthony, trust me, now hear me out on this. Axl Rose ran around like Bruce Dickinson did last night.
Really?
That's no lie. He ran from one side of the stage.
I remember the stage.
I was joking. I mean, I don't know how he's so fat. Dude, he sweated like a champ. I mean, he went through like, I'd say 6 outfit changes. Did you notice that, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
He changed his shirt every 2 songs. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
And it was, I promise you, man, the man worked hard last night for that crowd, and
he really, those guys put in tremendous effort. I got to give them credit.
Whatever they got paid last night, they earned. I'm telling you, as much money we pay for these tickets, I'm not mad because I got my money's worth.
They must be making a bundle. I mean, they really must be.
Dude, I mean.
You think it's the farewell tour?
Yeah, I would say so. You know what?
I don't know. I think as long as they keep making money and if they're healthy enough to do it, they'll keep doing it.
That's the thing, Chris. I think you're right, dude. Because think about it. The average ticket for last night's $100. 35,000 people were there. That is 350 grand.
35, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 35,000 were there. They probably had to get some kind of cut from the
more than that. More than that, man. That whole field. You're not taking consideration the whole field on them. That's just in the bleachers, man.
Well, you think it would have been 40?
I think
45.
45, yeah.
That's almost $500,000 just on ticket revenue alone. I know Ticketmaster's going to get their cut, but they get their cut at the beginning.
Yeah, whatever the face value too. So
that's the thing, merch, dude. And the merch lines were incredible. Like I bought a shirt and a bandana, and I was in line for probably 25 minutes. That's no lie. You laugh it up, Chris. I'll post that picture if you want me to.
That's all right.
But no. I mean, guys, I'm telling you, the money is there. They probably, and I'm not even joking. They probably made $500,000 easy last night. Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, now I don't know how much they got to pay the road crew because their stage show is massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stage show was crazy.
Massive.
Just thinking with the massive amount of songs they were playing, it's almost like a farewell tour. Like we're trying to give you as many songs as we can on their last tour.
That may be true, but you got to remember they did this last year too when they decided to go back out and they got together. And I can tell you right now, dude, if I was with a band for a while and we got into an argument, we hated each other and whatever may have happened over the years, and you throw up magic numbers of making, let's say, $60,000 a night, and I go do 100 shows a year, all I got to do is put up with you guys for 2.5 hours on a stage.
Yeah.
And I'm probably low budget in that. I have a feeling that Axl's getting a big cut, Slash is getting a huge cut, and Duff is getting a huge cut, while those other 3 musicians are just getting like pennies on the dollar.
You think Duff's getting a huge cut?
I'd say the money's going between Axl and Slash and Duff. Well, because Duff's an original member, I think he's still going to be up there with the higher. You know what? I guess we should have got him last night and interviewed him, but I don't know. You know?
Yeah, we should have said, hey guys, before you leave, we got
Audible Extacy needs to talk to us. Yeah, God.
Audible has to get like one viewer, so you want to go over and talk to us for a little bit.
I'd love to hear Axel's reaction to that request there.
He probably would have punched me in the nose.
Maybe.
But nonetheless.
He has people that do that for him now, actually. So.
Yeah, exactly.
You get punched by somebody, probably just not him.
Yeah. But I will say this: as long as they don't publicly start dissing each other and then get on stage every night and act like they're best friends, I don't care. But if they start getting back the way it was when Guns N' Roses originally broke up, I don't want to see them faking it every night. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure how you and Gina and Tracy and Kirk talked about on the way home, Chris, but I'm assuming that if they come back around again, Gina's in again.
I think I pretty much made it clear that was my last Guns N' Roses show, to be honest with you.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it was too long. I'm just going to be honest. It was too long. I was ready to go after 2 hours. I don't need 3 hours of that stuff. And so many songs. I mean, hell, they played, let's round it up to 30. I maybe knew 15 of them. I mean, what the hell is all this stuff they're playing that I've never heard of before?
It's off Use Your Illusion. They played two.
That album sucked. I mean, I'm sorry, but it did.
Wow. Okay. Now, Chris, I'm with you.
Did.
To a point. Disagree? All right. Yes, when I first heard it, I thought the album was terrible because
nonsense is all that was.
No. Did you? I mean, you heard the fans singing along, right? You did you not?
I saw a whole lot of people sitting down during those songs. I'm just going to tell you.
On the Chinese Democracy songs, you probably did.
Not just the Chinese Democracy songs. When I was, I mean, yeah, all right. The few little people right in front of us stood up the whole time, but that doesn't mean that there weren't a whole lot of people. You disagree with me? You think all those Use Your Illusion songs were fantastic?
I don't say they're fantastic. I'm telling you, when I first heard them, I was not wanting Guns N' Roses to go to the piano and the keyboard crap. That's the reason why I kind of dissed that stuff. And I distanced myself away from that because that's back then, dude, I was full metal. I mean, I was full on death metal back in those days. They're lucky I even bought those 2 freaking CDs when they came out because they dropped 2 albums out, $12 a pop. That's $24 when you're not used to, buying 2 things at once.
I'll just say this about that album, or those 2 albums. If they would have never released Appetite for Destruction, those 2 albums would have been flops. Nobody gave that stuff.
I agree. I would agree with that. I would agree with that, Chris. I mean, because Appetite for Destruction was, arguably one of the greatest albums to come out of the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know I'm probably not the majority on that. I think a lot of people did like that, but I just wasn't one of them.
Well, you got to think about it.
I mean, when they start putting out 18-minute songs, give me a break, man. I mean, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to sit in concert and listen to that either, to be honest. What do you think, Alan? You have an opinion?
I know one 18-minute song I still love to listen to.
Well, it's probably not Guns N' Roses.
Shoot, shit,
it's off the new Iron Maiden album. What's the name of that song again? What's that song?
I'll tell you in about 2 seconds. It's the last song on it. It's
Empire of the Clouds.
Yes.
Is it Empire of the Clouds?
That's it.
Amazing song.
Fantastic, dude. Excuse me.
Doesn't feel like it's 18 minutes either. It really doesn't.
It's just it's like a rock opera.
All that criticism, it was still a good show, and the songs that I knew I really enjoyed.
Yeah,
I just didn't know a whole lot of them. So
well, you knew 8 out of the 30 for sure.
Yeah, and I knew some of the covers they did. I was happy to see them do Black Hole Sun. I mean, that was great. Like, oh, that's a nice tribute for
Cornell. Yeah,
Cornell, and I was happy to see Knocking on Heaven's Door. I thought they did, and Live and Let Die, and some of the stuff. And I know those were on Use Your Illusion.
I was going to say those were off of Use Your Illusion.
Well, they were. That was some of the best stuff. Were covers from other people off those albums. I mean, let's just be real about it.
Yeah, it's actually 2 of the worst cover songs I've ever heard.
Wow.
Knocking on Heaven's Door.
But they're still better songs than those albums.
No,
it sounds awful.
They're not the best songs on those albums, dude. But it's everybody. It's your opinion, guys. I'm with you. I will say this: I was thoroughly impressed. I will say that it's not the best show I've ever seen by no means, but it was a dang good show.
It was good, and I'm sure your wife, just like mine, enjoyed the hell out of it. So.
Yeah, Crystal. I mean,
sometimes you just bite the bullet for the spouse because they want to go do something.
Yeah, dude. Well, I put her through Inanimate Existence, dude. That's a freaking technical death metal band. I mean, good lord.
Technical death metal.
She gets a freaking.
Heard of technical death metal?
Oh, dude, that's my jam, brother. I love that stuff.
That's like rock.
Decrepit Birth.
Like bronze.
Freaking
what is it, like Rammstein meets a Monomarth or something?
Puts them all to shame is what it's just the guys that can play guitar and with like massive proficiency. It's incredibly intricate solos, intricate rhythms. I mean, it's really, really very, very difficult music to play. You have to be a master of your instrument in order to play them the way these guys are playing them. And granted, it's death metal, and the vocally is what kills you two for listening to it for sure, and most everybody else that's not a fan of that kind of style. I mean, it's got the Cookie Monster vocals with guys that can shred better than Yngwie Malmsteen. I mean, it's just crazy. It's that kind of music, and I dig that stuff. I love it. I love anything. You see go behind me. I got guitars everywhere. I mean, I'm a guitar fan, and anybody that can play guitar at a mastery level, I appreciate what they do. And when it's really heavy, I really appreciate it as well. I mean, like Decrepit Burst got a new album that just came out. Rings of Saturn. These guys, Rings of Saturn just blew me away. It's probably the best metal album I've heard this entire year. And I was going to review that one while we were broken, while you guys were having trouble. I just started talking about that album. I mean,
we went through our breakup like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, we broke up. Right. We'll split all this money the hard way, aren't we? No, seriously. I mean, that's the thing. I like stuff like that. I like anything that takes some kind of technical skill to play. I love it. And, I mean, I like the simple stuff too. Don't get me wrong. I like the easy riffs too. I like the Mon and Mars. I love that stuff. I mean, Metallica. I love all that stuff. I just the people that can play 10,000 miles a minute impresses me as well. I mean, God Almighty, Chris, I'm taking you to see John 5 for the love of God. The guy can shred like nobody else. I mean, his music's not for everybody, but by God, he owns a freaking Telecaster. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Probably the best guitarist I've ever seen live. I can't.
Yeah, dude, up close and personal, absolutely. Besides,
even though there's no vocals, I mean, it takes a specific person to want to watch that. But it was fun.
Right. I mean, I made you suffer through about an hour and 15 minutes. That didn't. It wasn't long. You got to admit, it was only like an hour and 15 minits, right?
We stayed for the whole show. Yeah, I can't remember.
It wasn't long.
He had some weird face paint on. I remember that. But,
he always does that crap. All right, well, God, we went way off topic this time.
We should probably veer back into the reviews that we've done. It's
9:30. We should probably get on to it.
Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll start off with Dokken, and guys, I'm gonna start this one off because obviously this is probably one of my favorite albums from the '80s. And in case you guys didn't know, I love it. Absolutely love this album, and I can't give it a solid 10, but it's the best in Dokken's discography, hands down. We'll start off with Kiss of Death. That song right there, in my opinion, is a 10 out of 10. Prisoner is a 9 out of 10. Night by Night's a 9 out of 10. Standing in the Shadows is 9 out of 10. Heaven Sent, a 10 out of 10. Mr. Scary, 11 out of 10. I'm just telling you. Fantastic.
Awesome guitar solo.
So many tears. I like that one. It's an 8 out of 10. It's not my favorite. Burning Like a Flame, Jesus Christ, dude. 9.5. I don't want to give it a 10 because everything else is getting 10s. But Lost Behind the Wall, that's where I lose it a little bit. That one right there is probably a 7.5, maybe an 8.
Yeah, that was my lowest score too. Yeah.
Stop Fighting Love. It's okay. It's kind of got a grip, but it's maybe a 7. Cry the Gypsy. Once again, we've gotten 7.5. It's weakened up. They come back strong with Sleepless Nights, 10 out of 10. And Dream Warriors, I'm gonna go 9 out of 10 with Dream Warriors. Great song.
11
that
album
right there, it scored on me like an 8.95. I'm telling you, it's a 9 album. In my opinion, it's a 10 out of 10 with Dokken in their lineup. It's their best Dokken album. I'll argue that all day long with you two and anybody else that that is hating on it. But that's how I roll. I know Chris has a different opinion on it as far as bringing back not as good as he remembered. To me, I live with this album. This is one I revisit every year, if not multiple times a year. So it's not fair for me to. I started off because I'm passionate about this album, and I'll go ahead.
I believe there's a little fanboy influence in this review.
You're preaching to the choir, buddy. I'm telling you, this album meant that much to me, and that's just how I do it,
But that's cool. I mean, we all have our stuff we love, and we're going to review it. We're going to get scores. Anthony, would you like to take the next turn? You want me to?
Well, yeah, I mean, you go ahead, Chris. That's fine. I want to hear what you have to say next.
All right, I'd like to say this. I listened to this way back, and it could have just been the night I listened to it. I just wasn't feeling it. And I listened to it again, and I was like, okay, this is actually better than I first gave it credit for that night. So I did re-review this thing, and it scored a little higher on the second re-review. I don't know if you want me to go through the songs. Kiss of Death, 9 out of 10. Prisoner, 9 out of 10. Night by Night, 7 out of 10. Staying in the Shadows, 7 out of 10. Heaven Sent, 9 out of 10. Scary, 10 out of 10. So Many Tears, 7.5. Burning Like a Flame, I gave it 10. I love that song.
It's a great song, man.
Lost Behind the Wall, 7.5. Maybe an 8. I should have bumped that up a little bit. Stop Fighting Love, 8. Cry of the Gypsy, 7.5. Sleepless Night, you gave that 10. Is that what you said?
It's one of my favorite songs. I don't know what it is. There's something about the hook in that song. I love it.
I gave that 7 out of 10, and I gave Dream Warriors a 10 out of 10. 8.2 out of 10 is what it got from me.
It's not bad, dude. That's a solid 8.
A little over an 8. And there's a nostalgia factor with me too. I loved that album back in high school. I remember.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'd round that up to 8.5. I mean, I don't know. The first time I listened to it, maybe I just wasn't in the mood. You know, that happens a lot.
It does.
You're listening to it because you're doing a review, but maybe you just weren't really in the mood to listen to that. But overall, it was a good album. It was, and it brought back a lot of memories listening to it. So.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm with you, man. 100% with you.
Mr. Scary was playing when I wrecked the Samurai back in the day. That tells you. Not me. You know.
Oh god,
that's awful scary.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony, hit it, buddy. Let's hear it.
Well, I'm not going to go song by song like you guys did because I usually don't do that. But
that's fine.
I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10.
I like to hear that
Easily. I mean,
that's good.
You know, Dokken is they're one of those bands I sort of missed a little bit. I didn't listen to them much in high school, but I listened to them some.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of discovering them a little more now these days, and that went way back when. There's several bands like that for me now that I sort of missed for some reason. I don't know why, but very bad song on this album at all. And that one you guys keep talking about, Cry of the Gypsy, I actually really liked a lot.
It's your ears, man.
Something about it. But I mean, talking about like a 80s band. This is a band that just is steeped in 80s lore, basically the 80s glam metal. I mean, then you throw in Dream Warriors, in fact, the huge.
That's a great song. Great song.
Ultimate combination.
Let me ask you, Jimmy, was that song was initially on the? Is that something they added in down the road?
No, it was actually when it was originally released. It was on there.
I don't remember that being on that album when like it was tape back in the day when I used to play.
Right, it was cassette. Yeah, it really was. It was the last song on the cassette.
Okay. That's for some reason I thought somebody tagged on like a re-release or something.
No,
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I still remember the video with to Dream Warriors with
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy and the
that's great.
Where Dokken actually nightmares, which is kind of funny, but
it was. I mean, it's pure cheese, guys. Nowadays, you look at it, but it was just great, man. It put a smile on my face.
I know those Nightmare on Elm Street movies still hold up pretty well. Most of them do. There's a couple that are just like don't really want to see again, but that
dude,
at least the first 4 really hold up. And New Nightmare holds up a little.
Johnny Depp. Oh my God.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Speaking of nuts,
got a soft spot for those movies.
Oh, dude, I'm with you. I have a soft spot for the Friday the 13th, all those classic Halloween movies from back in the day. Oh my God, dude, love them all.
I just watched the remake of Friday the 13th recently.
Nice.
I don't understand why they get so much hate. It gets a lot of hate, and I don't understand.
Yeah.
I guess people just don't like remakes.
I think they were fun movies. I mean, I think they were scary. They were a little cheesy, but they were fun, and it's kind of
It's all part of the way they are. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you 100%.
That is a very good album. There's a lot of really good songs on that album.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that being Dokken's best. I mean, I don't think there's anything that even compares to that. So.
I don't. I mean, besides the live album they have, which I would never include a live album as a best album as far as studio releases go, but their live album was fantastic too, Chris. I don't know if you even remembered it, but it was a great album.
I saw it on Spotify when I was browsing through and listening to some. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. I've got that one. It's just solid.
I assume that was George Lynch playing with him in that live.
Oh yeah. God, yeah, dude.
I think when he left the band, it's just like, all right.
There was it was like part of their soul was gone. I agree, man. I agree.
He made that band. I'm sorry. It should have been named Lynch, not Dokken. I mean, he made that band. I'm sorry.
Eventually made Lynch Mob, so he kind of got his.
Oh,
those guys projects. I mean, those guys rock, you know. So
yeah, I agree.
I remember getting the first Lynch Mob album when it came out, and that was a great album.
Oh yeah, dude. That's the one that holds up to this day. That's another great album, man. To this day, I can still listen to that album as well. Wow. I will say this, so I'm curious to hear y'all's reviews on this next album, which is not metal, and it's absolutely not something that's on my normal playlist. And you know, Chris, this is your baby. If you want me to review it first, I'll give you my opinion from a metal fan. Or Anthony, go first. You guys are this is kind of y'all's forte, I feel, more than mine, but I'll go first if you like.
Go for it, Jimmy.
All right, guys. All right, for those who are watching this later on, we did a review on Jason Isbell's newest album called The Nashville Sound. And my first taste of this happened to be on a camping trip with you guys. And honestly, you know, it's good. It was good. I was like, you know what? It's not too bad. I listened to tons of stuff. I'll start this off. Last of My Kind. Initially, when I first heard this, what can you say? It's probably one of the best on this album. It's got a great meaning. I mean, God almighty, guys, that right there is a solid 9 out of 10. Easy in my book. Cumberland Gap. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Hits home. Like you said, Chris.
Hits home, man.
Hits home. That is a freaking 11 out of 10 if I ever heard one. And I guess it's because there's so much that, I mean, we're talking about freaking, I don't know what it's got a coal mine in his blood or what, but dude, that's in my blood too. I mean, this is insane.
I think he's from Alabama. I'm not sure how he but for whatever reason, he does he tours around here quite a bit, and he's got some Appalachian roots. I know that.
Oh my God, song is, and by far, and I'm like, do we call this? My iTunes labeled this as rock. This is not rock. This is more of a folky.
It's Americana folk kind of.
Right. But anyway, fantastic. Tupelo, 8 out of 10 probably. 8 out of 10. White Man's World. I'm not sure how racist this guy is, but from Alabama, White Man's World. I like this song. I know it sounds terrible, but I mean, as far as this title, this song is a great song.
No, I think this song is more about white guilt than anything. He's somewhat of a liberal. I mean, he really is. So
it's a great song, guys. That song is a great song. It's got I mean, I was like, wow. I mean, he's got messages in his music that is very, very powerful. I don't know if that's the right word or not. You know, you guys remember, I listen to a lot of Christian music too. So when I say powerful, this is the kind of stuff that strikes a nerve. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost, I know this guy's probably not a Christian, or if he is, he does sing a little bit about God, but it's not openly.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Christian music, but I wouldn't say that.
I don't know if he's
affiliations, but
right. I'm just saying, I don't know if he's, you know, a Christian or not, but he has some Christian overtones in a couple of his lyrical lines, and you know, and I'm cool with that, absolutely. But If We Were Vampires, now that's one that kind of lost me a little bit. I'm thinking 7 out of 10 personally.
Yeah.
Anxiety, love. But it's cool. Like I said, this is, you know, you're looking at somebody's only listened to. I've only listened to this probably since we decided to do this one, probably 10 times. So, Anxiety is freaking awesome.
Well, you listen to this album 10 times. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Easily 10 times.
That's impressive, Anthony. Or Jimmy. Yeah.
Well, this is something I don't normally listen to, so I've got to give it a fair shake. You know, my first listen, which was mostly with you guys, was, you know, half-heartedly around a campfire, and it was, you know, I couldn't absorb it. My next couple of listens are on headphones while I'm at work, and believe me, you can feel the music. You can feel his emotion in his voice, the guitar. The guy's, I mean, he's a great folk guitarist, or if he's the guitarist, I don't know if he's the one or not, but I never saw any videos, never looked any videos up. I just listened to the tunes.
He's the main guitarist.
Molotov, that's a pretty good one. It's a decent song. I'm going to give it probably an 8. I had 7.5, but it's probably a little better. I'm giving it a fair. Chaos and Close, I dig that tune. That's a 9. Just in my opinion. I think it's a great song. Lyrically, pretty good stuff. Hope the High Road. This is another one that kind of struck a nerve with me. I was between 8 and 9 on that one. I'll happily say 8.5. Something to Love. God, it's a good song.
That's a great song. Great closer, man. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, speaking of closers, if you got this kind of music going and you close with something strong like this, you can't lose. Not only does he get you back, he gets you back with one of his best songs on the entire album. That's a 10. This album to me, as far as you can't compare this to the stuff I don't listen to, but in the music realm, in my opinion, this is a strong 9 out of 10.
Wow.
8.5 to 9, 8.5 to 9 easily. But I'm feeling 9 out of 10 on this album. I'm thoroughly impressed with this guy, and I'm kind of wanting to hear his 2 earlier albums now, based on what I've heard on this one. I don't know how different it's going to be, but I know that this one right here is.
I believe he's got three earlier ones, just so you know.
3, okay, yeah. So I mean, I'm just telling y'all.
I listened to you asking stuff we listened to. I actually never brought this up. I listened to one of his other ones pretty much 2 or 3 times all the way through every Christmas month, and it was fantastic too. So
that's great, dude. That's great. Wow. But guys, like I said, this is coming from a guy who's in the, all kinds of music, mostly metal. Love it. Love this album. Fantastic. I'd go see him in concert if he gets near here.
Let me ask you this: do you have anybody that you could kind of like compare him to? Does he remind you of anything in particular over the years you've listened to?
You know what? I mean, obviously, we discussed this earlier. He has. Who was it? Oh God, you were telling me you felt like he had an Allman Brothers vibe. Is that right? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I don't think I ever said that.
Maybe I was talking to somebody at work about it, but I mean,
I think Dan Arbach's got an Allman Brothers vibe.
That's okay. It was okay. That's what I was like. I was like, I don't feel it on this, but I can tell you right now. Do you not think he has like a James Taylor thing going?
The 2 I kept thinking of was Van Morrison and Neil Young.
Yeah, I think
Neil Young is a good hit.
Real good comparison.
That is, yeah, I would agree with that. I was thinking, acoustically James Taylor, but you're right, dude. Neil Young did acoustic stuff greatly and rock stuff as well.
Kind of sounds a little bit like Neil Young at times, and he has sort of that Van Morrison sort of vibe to his music. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Like I said, impressed. I'm impressed, and I'm not going to slaughter this. I mean, I'm not sure how this album's getting reviewed on Amazon. I didn't even look that crap up. I just telling you how I feel. Just so you know,
it's gotten great. I mean, I don't know about Amazon, but like just from reviews I've read, it's doing very well. People love it. So.
Yeah, dude, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, let's see which one what are y'all? Who's going next?
You'll go, Anthony.
I mean, mine will be probably pretty short. I mean, I'll probably give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't find many songs to fault on it, and Never Sit song 2 through 5 are just amazing. Cumberland Gap, Tupelo, White Man's World.
Jesus. Yeah.
If We Were Vampires. I mean, there's not really a bad song on there. There might be a couple that have to grow a little bit occasionally, but I can't even really see those on there either. But that If We Were Vampires one's is.
I'm glad you like that. I mean, I'm glad you like it. That just didn't stick to my bones when I heard it.
I'll tell you this, Jimmy. When he's been on some shows, when he was doing a press tour of his album, that's the song he sang.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I do. I mean,
he thinks a lot of it. So,
maybe I'm being harsh.
Well, some of those songs sort of touch your inner being centers. Sometimes your soul.
It was one of my favorites too, Anthony. Yeah, I gave it a 9.5 on mine.
It just makes me think about love and how me or my spouse will have to go first, and I start thinking about Emily's mom and how that's happening, and then all that kind of start thinking about her and her husband together, and how them there. If we get 40 years, if we don't, that sort of stuff, and it's kind of.
Sorry, guys, I got some fast warning in here.
But anyway,
put that on video, buddy.
It just sort of gets me. He puts little tears in my eyes right now just thinking about the song and the lyrics a little bit. But
that is what a great lyricist can do, man. He writes his music is just so well written. Yeah,
right. It's just one of those songs. Like if you were a vampire and you could live eternally, you could laugh in the face of death every single day of the week.
Yeah, true.
Unless someone's coming at you with a wooden stake, you're going to be okay.
Right. Yeah, dude. Yeah, great analogy, man. Great analogy. And Anthony, you touched on something. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Sometimes you hear music that just touches you. And there's throughout the years I've heard tons of stuff, and it's something that made me think about your situation that you're going through today. Me and my daughter, we rode down to Bristol. I had to pick up a prescription for me today, and on the way back, we were just listening to satellite radio, and I went to one of the country stations, and a song came on. It's by Patty Loveless called "How Can I Help You Say Goodbye." If you've never heard that, dude, you need to listen to it right now because it's like one. It just makes you stop and think about life and how difficult it is to actually say goodbye. When you know somebody's going to die, or when something's not going your way and it's never going to come back. And it's absolutely an emotional fan. I mean, it's. My daughter started complaining at first, and she started listening. I was like, "Listen to what she's saying, Noel." And I thought about your brother-in-law. I thought, "My God, dude, you're going to have to go through this real soon." It's just tough stuff, man.
It really is.
Golly.
Anyways.
Well, so you gave it 9.5?
I'd give it 9.5 out of 10. That's a really great album.
That's great.
It is a great album. I'll go ahead and blow through my review here. I gave it a 91 out, 9.1, whatever, out of 100.
Right.
I gave it a pretty critical listen. Believe it or not, White Man's World was the highest rated song. That and Cumberland Gap. I gave them both 10s. I gave a lot of 9s, 9.5. It's funny, Jimmy, you said one of your favorites, that Chaos and Close. That was the lowest for me. It was a 7.
I like it. I don't know, man. It's the riff.
But, yeah, I mean, you guys know, the reason we're doing this one's because I suggested it, and I've been listening to it for like a month. So it's kind of like old news to me at this point. But I agree with you guys, like from Cumberland Gap all the way through to Molotov, man. That's just like such a great stretch. And the last song on there, Something to Love, was such a great song. I'll tell you all this. You guys are talking about the Vampire song. Another song he does on his older album is called Elephant. You should listen to that if you like If We Were Vampires, because it's about him, I guess, falling in love with a girl that has cancer. I mean, it's kind of a tearjerker too.
Wow.
But it is a great song, man. It really is. The guy's just a tremendous lyricist. I'm gonna throw a couple of references out there that you guys may disagree with, or you may. What he reminds me of is like a southern version of Bruce Springsteen in a way.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean the old stuff, the early stuff. That's and you guys probably don't even know who this is, but they kind of I put Springsteen meets Arcade Fire, which is a Canadian alt rock group right now that is popular.
I've never heard him, but I've heard of him.
I don't really like him that much, but the guy's voice reminds me for some reason, and it's kind of a similar style with some of their stuff. So, I loved it. I mean, I wrote down a 91 on there, but I'd definitely run that up to about a 95. It's a great album.
I can't argue. I mean, I really can't. I don't have the knowledge you guys do this, the folky stuff, but it's absolutely a great album. It's definitely one that grew on me. And hands down, it deserves praise, and I'm sure it's getting it. So,
I mean, wow. It kind of resonated with me when I listened to it at the campfire that night. When I first heard it, I started hearing it. It was really.
It's the kind of music you listen to around the campfire, isn't it? I mean, that's
it really is, man.
I mean, we try to listen to some metal, and it's just like when you're sitting around chilling at a campfire, drinking a beer or two, and it just. I don't know. Metal just doesn't really cut it sometimes in that scenario.
We went through an Eagles triathlon, if you remember, as well. I mean, that's truly what it's about right there. It's listening to easy listening music, just that's good and it has a good vibe and a good message. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's great. I mean,
it really is great. Album too. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Buffett's the same way. He fits right in there. I mean, he really does. Yeah. God Almighty, A1A, are you kidding? One of the best albums of my life.
That's a 10. That's an easy 10 out of 10.
Yeah, honestly, there's not a bad song on it. I mean, it's fantastic. Yeah. We wouldn't do it justice reviewing it because we'd all be giving it 10s probably.
I'm not sure. It was a great album, but surely not every song's gonna be a 10. I mean, when you it's impossible to get a 10 out of 10 for an album because you have to. If you're seriously dissecting it, you're going to find fault with one song. Not every song's going to get a 10. You might have some 9.5s on it or something.
I don't think I could find fault with that album, Chris. I'm just such a fanboy of Jimmy Buffett.
I have to look through the actual songs. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't give it a 10. I mean, it'd be over 9, but I don't think.
Chris, I'm just saying, that in my book, that's Jimmy Buffett's 10. Period.
I'm not sure I'll ever give an album a 10, to be honest, because that means it's perfection from beginning to end, and that's.
I'm saying it's Jimmy Buffett's 10. I'm not saying it's a 10 out of 10 across the board as far as comparing, something that's considered an absolute, like Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In people's eyes, it's one of the greatest albums ever released. You know what? It's a good album, but it's, for Michael Jackson, it was his best. There's no doubt about it. Metallica. There you go. Black Album. Jesus Christ. It sold more records than any other. The Black Album. It sold more records than any other album.
That's not their best album, man.
But there you go. It's not their best. But yet the other albums don't sell as much as this Black Album sells like 5,000 copies a week. Are you freaking kidding me, dude? To this day.
I don't care about sales. I care about what's good, man.
I agree, dude. They still win people over every week, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's a good album, too. But, I mean, to me, like, Master of Puppets is probably the best.
Oh, dear God, dude. Absolutely. That and Ride the Lightning, good Lord.
Ride the Lightning, too. I mean, those two albums, man, they just...
All right, I'm gonna throw y'all one. I didn't talk really about some other things I listened to. I listened to something that you guys are not going to freaking believe, but
that's it.
All right, here we go. You know the album. I know, Chris, you're familiar with Imagine Dragons, right?
Yeah.
You like those guys at all?
They're pretty meh.
Yeah,
I mean, they're okay.
I heard a song by them that was sung by Daltrey and some guy named Gene Carlos called Demons. Have you guys heard that song before?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Somebody who?
It's the name of the song is Demons, and the guy's name is Daughtry. I think he won American Idol, maybe, or something.
You talking about Chris Daughtry?
Chris Daughtry, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think he got this
and he's
second
with another
place douchebag award or something like that.
Do what now?
He got the second place douchebag award or something like that.
Well, I'm telling y'all, you guys need to listen to. I don't know if you need to listen to it, but apparently Daughtry and Jim Carlos last year, they did a modern edition of The Last Night of Christ. And this song is part of that soundtrack. It's absolutely incredible. Daughtry plays Judas. He betrays Jesus. It's wow. It's crazy. I'm just telling you, it's
in American Idol. He got robbed. If anybody ever got robbed, it was him. He was awesome on that show.
Well, dude, I mean, his vocals, he's got a great vocal style. I mean, I don't appreciate I don't like his music that much, don't get me wrong, but his voice is absolutely amazing in this.
Let me tell you something. If that guy came anywhere near, the wife would be all over it. She loved Chris Daughtry back in the day.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Everybody needs an aphrodisiac somewhere.
I suppose so.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, man, that was a song. It really, I mean, the message. If you just read the words of that song, good God. And I guess Imagine Dragons.
It's it's pretty good. I mean, it's nothing that I've like ever really sat down. I mean, that song, I think I know it. I mean, I've heard a lot of their stuff on the radio. I'm not sure how's it go? Like, what's
hang on. I mean, I'll try to. See can y'all hear this? Hang on.
Don't play along because we'll get back.
Yeah. Can you hear anything?
No.
All right, so it's not playing it.
It's all right.
Well,
we can look
we'll look it up after. I mean, I probably do know it because I've heard they get a lot of radio play, man.
I know. Yeah, I know they do. You see, that's the thing. I don't listen a lot. Let's see if you can hear this one. Hang on. I'm not going to say anything. No artist, no song name. I'm just going to listen to some music. If you guys can hear it, let me know. Oh, my God, it's too loud. Hang on. It blew out my ears.
I can't hear it.
I don't hear it.
Oh, you don't hear it? Oh, Christ.
Talking about Christian stuff. He's saying Christ and God everybody. It's kind of ironic.
Hang on a minute. Y'all can't hear that?
Emily gets on me. No, Emily gets on me for that all the time. Like, Jesus Christ, would you stop? You shouldn't say that.
Okay.
Nah. I think it's where you got headphones on, probably. If you didn't, it'd be playing. But it's probably playing through your headphones.
It is. It really is. Man, that sucks, too.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
You know what? We got in trouble last time I did it anyway, so.
Yeah. It might be coming through the YouTube thing. We're just not hearing it. That's possible, too.
Ooh. Well, I didn't play it that long, so no matter what. Anyway, the song's called Demons. You guys should look it up and listen to it. It's absolutely it's better than I even like. I listen to a lot of religious stuff too.
No. I know it now. It's
Holy
where
crap.
my demons hide.
That's it.
Yeah, I remember that song. Yeah, okay.
Dude. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
it's actually,
Powerful.
it is their
Powerful,
best song. Took me a second to click.
Yeah, it's by far. I mean, I don't listen to anything by these guys, but that song, and that made me. I didn't know who originally wrote it. I heard this Daughtry version of it. And I thought, my God, who sang this? And the guy told me about the song. He was like, "You ever heard of Imagine Dragons?" I'm like, God, they suck. Yeah, I don't know who they are.
He said, "God, they suck."
Yeah, basically. And come to find out that they wrote this song, which was
they were real popular about 2 years ago, and they've kind of dropped off, but they put a new album out recently, so
I don't
I
know
love
any
it,
of
but
the
I
music.
don't hate it either. So it's fine.
I don't know any of their music. I know that one song, and that's it. I mean, that's
Right.
well, they got a song called Radioactive. I remember that song. That's it.
Yeah,
That's pretty popular too.
I guess you probably picked Dokken, and I picked Jason Isbell.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So let Anthony pick the next album to review coming up here.
Should I pick the next album? Should I?
I think it's your turn. So if you want to.
I keep thinking about Five Finger Death Punch. Their first album.
Is it on Amazon?
That's okay. I mean,
You still got Spotify, Chris?
Spotify.
Yeah, what's the name of the album? So
I'm trying to think of their first album.
I'll tell you in just a second. I'm bringing it up right now.
The Way of the Fist. It's
Yep,
The Way of the
that's it.
Fist, isn't it?
It's called Way of the Fist. That's correct.
all right, we'll do it.
It's it may not be their extremely best, but it's probably their heaviest. It's pure anger.
Yeah, it's okay. I haven't listened to this one in a while. It's probably been 5 years.
Yeah, I've been listening. They're one of those bands now that they're just sort of in my wheelhouse. I just turn on occasionally to listen to. I don't have to.
Did they play that "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" song? Is that
no? That was Drowning Pool.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought that was them. Seems like something they'd do.
No.
Okay.
I will say,
it just sounds like I don't know why I connected them with that song.
Well, that's that newer metal sound. All those bands have that newer metal sound.
It's a new metal sound. That's true. That's
very true. You would say these guys are new metal.
Yeah, it's new American metal. It's not new metal. It's not Korn. Well, actually, maybe it is kind of a Korn vibe. I don't know.
Korn? It's like
I think
Korn?
I kind of got why I got into them. They were kind of they had more of a metal sound than a lot of bands around them at the time. That's why I kind of got into them. They don't sound as cookie cutter as some of the other ones do these days, So I kind of like that about them.
All right.
They actually sound
Yeah, dude. I haven't listened to it in a while, Anthony. So I mean, I'm really I have to give it an honest listen because I'm not a huge fan of these guys, but I do appreciate what they do. I like Zoltan because he's a pretty good guitarist.
Yeah.
Their singer's apparently a big douchebag. So
The Way of the Fist. This is the album.
It doesn't surprise me their singers having issues. The music they sing,
he's ruining a band that has started finding success because he's apparently I don't know what's wrong. I think he may be an addict, and he needs to get help.
Like Axl Rose, but killed Guns N' Roses,
Well,
so we're doing The Way of the Fist again. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm downloading it right now. So
do
that next.
I actually already had that one, so we're good.
Yeah. So that's actually one of my first MP3 albums I bought without buying a CD for. So.
Oh wow.
When I officially moved on from CDs to MP3.
Yeah, dude.
I think Journey.
You know what?
I think
it took me forever to
Journey
do
Greatest Hits is my first CD.
Journey's Greatest Hits.
I still got it.
I don't have the CD no more. I've got it.
I don't even know what my first CD was. Do you, Jimmy?
Y'all can't argue the Journey Greatest Hits now. Come on, y'all.
I can't remember what my first CD was either. I think it was maybe Whitesnake album, maybe.
Man,
it's about 87.
I think Journey's Greatest Hits was my first CD.
I mean, I got a CD. I didn't have a damn CD player. That's how freaking retarded I was.
What'd you do with it?
Well, I mean, my mom eventually bought us a CD player, but I mean, I bought the CD. I was like, this is supposed to be awesome. And of course, can't listen to it until she buys me a CD, like a cheap boombox CD player, guys. We're talking, God almighty, something junk. You know, I was 7th grade or something.
It's probably expensive though, man, because like even junk stuff back then was expensive.
You know what? She used to buy this electronics from me and Neil from some place out in Richlands. I can't remember the name of the place. It was like a mom and pop place. And she bought so much stuff from them, they gave them a pretty good discount. I'm thinking we got like a boombox for like $100. Had like a CD player with 2 cassette players on it. And I remember me and Neil rocking that thing for, you know, many years when we were little. So, or younger, I should say.
You know, I mean, talk about Dokken tonight. I still have the CD single downstairs, one of Dokken's singles. The little tiny CD singles. Do you remember those?
I remember those, man. I do.
I still get.
I don't remember how you play them though. What do you stick them like in a bigger CD? There's like a holder for them?
No. You have to have like a computer type thing that has a little slit in the middle, a little round thing that you put the disc over top of, and it locks it into place. And
something like that. But I mean, these days, I think you can play them.
I think it's complicated just to play a CD.
Yeah, dude, it was a trick.
Yeah. I still have it though. It's Dokken. I don't know which song it is. I'll be burning like a flame.
That's pretty cool.
It's worth some money these days, Anthony.
I doubt anything on physical media is worth any money.
Yeah, so something like that, it's probably not easy to come by. Like, I mean, where you'll find something like that?
You're right.
It's like the cassette singles.
For a collection.
The cassette singles.
I remember those, dude. I had like tons of Metallica cassette singles back in the day. Good Lord.
What they call them, cassingles or something like that.
Yeah. Metallica, when they released like their singles, they'd always put like a cover song on the other side. It was fantastic, dude. That's how I got Bread Fan. It was a cover side of like
Bread Fan.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways.
You guys want to wrap it up?
I was going to say it's 10 o'clock on the spot. We've been doing it for just about an hour, and I think we had a pretty good discussion tonight. We're going to rock out with some 5-finger death punch. We're going to try to do this next week, or are we going to shoot for that? Hopefully,
we could try for next Friday.
Next Friday, okay. I don't
Friday
even know what
time I could do it next week. Friday.
I'm trying to think. There's something going on next week for me. I don't know what day it is though. Let me see what's. Just 1 second, guys. I'm bringing up my calendar right now. Oh my God.
Look at mine too. I can't remember.
I was thinking I had a concert next Friday.
Sounds right, but
I don't. I'm good. It's the following week. Never mind.
Who are you going to see?
It's hang on. I done lost. It was Byzantine. I won't take Chris with me. So what are you talking about?
When is that? The 26th?
Saturday, the 26th, I guess.
Okay.
Where are they playing?
Capone's.
Johnson City.
That bar down there in Johnson City.
Get a lot of stuff coming through there.
They opened for who'd they open? Was it Trivium they opened for?
They did. Yeah, they opened for Trivium the time we saw them. Was it Byzantine and Battlecross and Trivium?
Battlecross. I've heard of Battlecross.
Battlecross rocked, man. I really enjoyed those guys.
Those guys were great. They come out and they slayed the place. It was great.
Yeah.
So is Capone's like the new Freedom Hall down there?
God no, dude. It's like Michael.
It's not. I'll tell you. I remember when they were just doing their sound check. Battlecross. The guy was like hitting his kick drum, and it was like hitting your chest so hard. I was just like, oh God, this is loud as hell.
Dude, and that guy's a session. You know what? He's in a technical death metal band. That guy, he's like a known gun for hire within the death metal community. But guys, that drummer's awesome.
Yeah,
he is just an awesome drummer.
What about the drummer for a Devil Driver, Jimmy? Does he have any technical cred anywhere? One of the songs I heard by them, man, was
but
he kills drums.
I don't know where he came from. Got it. That's the thing. I know where Des Farina came from, Cold Chamber, and that's about it, man. I don't know enough about the members of that band
There's a song on I think it was on Last Kind Words. Might be the last song. It's got a ridiculous drumming. It's like kick drum and snare drum. It's just like everything at one time. It's like a machine gun going off. It's ridiculous how fast it is.
That's funny, man. It's good stuff. No denying.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we should probably get off before the wives run us out of the rooms.
I done heard my wife slam the door. She's already mad.
My wife and kid are off at a roller skating rink, so I'm good.
Party's over at Chris's house. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, boys. Well, we'll try this next Friday as long as everything goes well. And gentlemen, rock on. I'll see y'all next week. Talk to y'all soon.
all right. Later.
All right, guys. Later.